Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. I hope everyone's doing well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Thursday. How are we doing tonight? I just finished a session with my clients. That went really well. Always. What's going on, loves? Now, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Coach Anwar, as they call me. And I am a dating coach for Black and brown women. I'm here to help you level up in love. And dating, relationships, love, and men or women. We're inclusive here. So if you have any questions about how to level up in your dating life, put them in the chat. I will answer them in the order that I see them. Please be patient, because after a while, we just started, but at some point there's going to be 500 women in here, or sometimes, around that amount. And it's going to take me a while to get to your question. Yeah? Now, if you want to learn a little bit about what I do, definitely click the link in my bio. And you can sign up for a consultation call. You can check out my podcast, the Get Your Guide Coaching podcast. You can sign up for my newsletter that comes out every Sunday called Dating Tea. You can sign up for my free trainings. Whatever feels good, feels natural for you, do it. Mind Over Met said, I want one session with you. Girl, book a consultation call. If your application is accepted, we'll have a chat and we'll see if we're a good fit to work together potentially. Okay, let me see what's going on up here. And if there's anything that I say as I'm coaching or answering any of your questions, definitely tap, double tap, triple tap the screen so that, to let me know that what I'm saying is resonating with you. It's helpful. Okay, let me chew this candy because I can't talk and chew at the same time. And I have some home training, or at least I like to think I do. Girl, and I have a gummy candy in my mouth, girls. I'm like, my etiquette teacher would kill me right now. So what? Madame Halsey. Okay. Hello, Jay Clemens. Hey, Denali. Hey, Mind Over Met. Hey, Coco. Hey, Madame Miyagi. Hello, User 576. Hey, Loving Life. Shakira said, homesick with the flu. Oh, girl, stay safe. Stay healthy. Relax. My youngest is sick right now, too, and last week I was under the weather. It was not a cute look. Something's going around, girl. Hey, Ashley. Oh, my God, I can't even pronounce this. Tiara, no tiara, not tiara. Tiara, not tiara. Said, hey, I'm married, but I'm always tuned into your content. Thank you, girl. I appreciate your support. I really do. Ev says, hi. Hey, girl. Oh, my God. Lots of hellos, honey. Let me see what the girls are talking about. Ashley said, have you seen success with Black? Always bet on Black. Black is always successful. What do you mean? Black Gentry? How do I feel about the app Black Gentry? I think it's mediocre at best, no shade. I mean, I don't really recommend it for my clients, so I don't have a lot of experience, but from what I've heard of them and how they've worked it out, it's a little bit better than BLK. Sunny said, advice on feeling discouraged while dating. It's going to be discouraging, but if you're discouraged, you have to figure out why. you're having certain thoughts that are creating the feeling of being discouraged, and you have to figure out what those thoughts are. And part of this work in dating is actually to work on your mindset, right? Because there's going to be a lot of different times where your belief is going to change. You're discouraged because you feel like you're never going to find someone. What you're focusing on is the lack instead of what you are gaining from the experience. So my advice to you would be, let's figure out what are you learning? What are you gaining from the experience? And if you're not gaining anything, then we've got to figure out another way to date. Okay? Or like I said, leveling up myself financially, emotionally, physically. Should I wait to start dating? No. Start dating now, girl. Start dating now. If you have a job, date now. If you're unemployed, you should not be dating. If you have a job, great. Continue to do that work and date in parallel, because things will come up as you're dating. And when they come up, you will be able to heal whatever comes up for you, traumas or triggers. It'll be part of your leveling up. City Girl said, I never get any hits on apps. Is there really a chance for us that are 40? Yeah, girl, you probably need to be on Match, though. Match and Bumble might be your combination. Queen of Roses says, hey, girl. TA7362 said, 38 and how and where to find a man who wants marriage and commitment. Well, most men, there are men that want that, but most men are not ready for that. So one of the things that I first do when clients come into my program is I teach them my proprietary strategy around how to filter out the guys that are not ready versus the guys that are. So there are marriage-minded, committed guys. There's just not a lot of them. So they're both online and they are offline. But the focus should really be not where do I find them, but how can I become the woman that's ready for the best relationship of my life? That's what you can control. The other part you can't. Madame Miyagi said, I need a boost of confidence to talk to a 38, 40-ish gym dude. I'm 51 and find the age different. I think you were going to say embarrassing. Girl, what's the worst that can happen? Girl, ask him for help if you're in the gym talking to him. Hey, can you help me with something real quick? And go from there. And see if the conversation starts, girl. That's what you got to do. Thank you all so much for the 3,000 likes already. I appreciate it. Yeah. Joe says, I'm tiptoeing on the dating app, meaning I freeze when a guy wants to talk on the phone or meet up. Why, girl? What's that tea about? Ashley Dene said, have you seen success with high-value, younger white men with no kids and single, older black mom? Girl, is that your situation now? First of all, there's no such thing as high value. People, stop. Stop saying that. There's no supremacy. There's no, superiority or inferiority. The guys that you are considering high value oftentimes are what I call the level 4s, not level 5s. Most of these guys are overly ambitious. Most of these guys don't have time for you and are hyper-focused on themselves. You don't want to get with a high-valued man. Yeah. The guys that are ready for a relationship would never consider themselves high value. Please understand that. Okay? I am Fiona said, sent my Jewish ginger dork boyfriend your TikTok about white men checking for black women and he loved it. I know he would, honey. Girl, don't send him too many of my TikToks. He might get addicted, girl. No shade. Miss Maya said, guys at the bar are clearly interested but don't approach. What can I do differently? Well, girl, you can do what I did, which was point at them and tell them to come over here. And you know what they did, girl? They came over here. Girl, you get to tell these men exactly what to do. Yeah? Do that. And this is what you tell them. You've been staring at me for a while. Should I be scared? Are you trying to kill me? Or are you just interested? Girl. So then they have to tell you that they're interested in you. There you go. Girl, call me in a year when you're married. I should be charging for these lives, girl. I'm giving you legit ways to get your guy, girl. And you're not even in my program yet. No shade. Ivana said, topic, dating cops. Girl, we've been there. We've done that. We're not going to spend too much time on cops, girl, because one, they're scary. Two, you shouldn't date them. And three, there's so many other things to talk about. Jasmine said, Anwar, I'm in the military and I'm struggling with dating. Girl, don't date any military man, girl. That's all I got to say. Girl, are you like on location right now, girl? Are you on this live while also serving this country, like on location somewhere, or are you kind of just like chilling at home? What's the tea, girl? Give me some more context, and I'll be able to better coach you. Jill said, "Is it wrong to date two people at the same time?" No, actually, if you were in my program, I said you need about two more, girl. You're not doing enough. You need to Olympic date. You need a gold medalist, a silver medalist, a bronze medalist, and then someone to take the podium, because one of them is going to fall off. Having a hard time choosing. It's probably because you don't know what you want and you don't know what you need. Like, you haven't clarified your relationship needs, right? So that's one of the things that I think that you should do. It's one of the things that we do in my program to make sure that we are evaluating these men based on our needs versus our wants. Okay? Salon Nina said, what do you think about blue-collar men? I like them. They're like number 3 on my list behind engineers and accountants. They're number 3, and then teachers are number 4. I'm married to a teacher, by the way. Don't tell my husband he's number 4, girl. Actually, he's number 1 to me, but for women, that's what I would say. Nakia said, any podcast on distant dating? No, I don't, but I think I will make a video about it and a podcast because I get so many questions about it. Janute Doll said, thank you so much for the rose, girl. Hey, Day. Hey, OG honey. Hey, call me Cupcake. Ooh. Girl, not Cupcake. Not Cupcake, girl. Where am I? Y'all, I'm lost already. Y'all talking your shit already. Already, honey. I'm already living. Okay, girl, I gotta find Cupcake Girl because she was already giving. Okay, got it. Hello, Ariane. Bonsoir, Mac Muse. Akari said, I love your videos. Kimberly, thank you so much for this confetti, girl. Lala Loopsy Fitness says, hi, how do you answer if a guy says, when am I going to see you again? And when can we link? First of all, we don't link. A link is a kink. And we don't do that. So when he says, when can we link? Give him triple question mark. I don't speak that language. I don't know what you mean. When he says, when am I going to see you again? You get to let him know, well, when would you like to see me again? Put it back on him and let him make it happen, right? That's one approach. The second approach is, I'm available Monday night or Thursday night. What works best for you? And then once he gives you the time, let him know, what are we going to do? Yeah? Girl, give him the pathway to take you out. But you gotta give him the space to make it happen and to figure out all the logistics. Okay? Tiza said, oh boy, am I glad to see you. Girl, what's the tea, girl? What's happening? Keisha Wilkerson said, hey, Anwar. Hey, girl. Ivana said, dating cops of the opposite race. Girl, I've watched too many Black 90s movies to tell you that that scares me, personally. Yeah, Jordan said, hi, Anwar. I was hoping to catch you tonight. Well, girl, I'm here. What's the tea? Sunday said, where to find tall men in the U.S. asking as a 5'11" woman from NYC. Girl, don't just focus on the tall guys. Girl, only like 10 to 15% of the guys are 6 feet and above. So you really gonna eliminate 85, 90% of the guys because you wanna look straight ahead or up for the rest of your life? No, girl, don't do that. Girl, here's the thing. Date guys that are 5'9" and above. 5'9" is the average. I want you to have a wide range here. And girl, short kings put it down, no shade, girl. And when you're in the bedroom, girl, y'all are the same height. No shade when y'all both laying down. Yeah. No one cares. No one cares. And so many women are like, well, I want to feel like protected. Girl, if he's stocked up and he's advocating for you and he's protecting you and he's checking people when they try to come for you, you will feel protected, even if he is 5'9". Trust. And by the way, we are not living in caveman days. So we're in the safest times that we've ever been in. There's not much protection that needs to happen. If you were really scared of the world, you probably would not leave your house. But most of us are doing that. Yeah? I'm being funny, but I hope that you understand my bigger point here, which is I want you to find someone. And if he's perfect for you and 5'9", get with him. As you can tell on this live, finding your partner is not an easy thing to do. And what I know in getting at least 2 to 3 women in relationships every week is your type is not your type. And the person that you will end up with, I think it's God's cruel joke, is probably not the person that you imagined. Okay. Jesus said, I'm going on a first date tomorrow. He's been so nice and great conversationalist, but there's a catch. Girl, don't do this. He's 27 and I'm in grad school and doing school full time, i.e. unemployed. Well, okay, so what's the tea? Girl, just go through it and see what happens. Paola said, have you seen success between Latinx and Indian men? I sure do. Of course, girl. That works, just like Black and Indian works. As someone who has Blindian kids myself, honey. Not because it worked, that was because of surrogacy. But, honey, the kids are cute, honey. So they work. Hey, Talia says, how do you answer what are you looking for? You keep it vague, you keep it broad. Because here's the thing, you don't want to give these men the cliff notes. They will cheat on the test just to try to sleep with you. I'm looking for a connection, and I'm looking to really get to know individuals, and hopefully it will turn into something that's long-term. What about you? See how I gave him something, but also nothing at the same time? You want to see how he's going to operate by himself. Crown Jewel said, yeah, being 35 in Atlanta is discouraging. Atlanta is the hardest city to date in. So I can understand that. Although I will tell you, I've had 2 women in Atlanta get into a relationship in the past 2 to 3 weeks. So it's not impossible. One of them with a white guy, one of them with a Black guy who lives out of state. Benita said, would you advise taking an etiquette course? No, girl. I mean, if you have home training, you're going to be good. Most of us have home training. Yeah. Mikala, let me know if I'm butchering. I feel like I'm butchering your name, girl. I'm having dating anxiety. So what are the thoughts that are creating anxiety? Because you just have to figure out what your thoughts are and learn how to manage them. LB said, Amwell, I'm packing it up. Can't do this anymore. I'm 25. Well, girl, lean into your career for a year or 2, or go to grad school for a year or 2, and then get back on the horse, girl. No shade. Shauna said, super discouraged experience has been no bueno taking a break. What do you mean no bueno taking a break? And you want to share about the experience, girl? She said, I don't know how to go about this because he seems really nice and we have a lot in common. Girl, just work it. See what happens. Bouquet of Flowers says, do you only work with apps? I'm completely off them, sworn them off. In my program, we do both online and offline. So we use the apps to help us do the internal work, right? Learning how to set boundaries, learning how to be vulnerable, things like that. Mind Over Met said, how to get into the program. You have to book a consultation call with me. And the way to do that is to click the link in my bio and fill out an application to do so. Based on your answers, your application may be accepted or not. So that's what I would suggest you do. And then we can talk and see what the fit is going to be in terms of the program. Actually, I usually get a client, I would say maybe almost a client every day. So the ladies are coming in and getting their guy and just completely leveling up, which is so exciting. OG Honey Baby said, what's the best dating app for 50 plus ladies? Match. It's that yellow chick, which, girl, that name is wild, by the way, but go on, girl. Should I be paying for these dating apps or just getting what you get for free? I would say for Match, you should pay. And then for any of the other apps, you should wait about a couple of weeks to see if you still are getting matches or not. If not, girl, don't pay for it. What happens is that some of these apps you'll get your life for the first week and then it'll be like the Sahara Desert for the second one. Yeah. Lisa Chantre said, your skin looks so good. Girl, thank you. I've been working on it, girl. The Ordinary, rosewater, retinol, vitamin C, moisturizer, SPF. Girl, so much. So much. She's getting it together. She's trying. Aida Lisette said, the guy I'm dating told me he's not sure of having enough time for me. We have to honor what these guys are saying. If that's what he's saying, we have to honor it. No problem. Thank you so much for sharing that. I want to wish you the best of luck. If he's not sure, because here's the thing. Your future partner won't be able to get enough of you. I mean, I have people, my clients, there are guys that are flying out of state to go on a first date with my clients. I have a client in New York. Guys are driving up from DC, flying from South Carolina, from Minneapolis, just to go on a date with these ladies. Yeah? So, Lorena DeVita said, hey boo, just came home from my date. Everything you said is facts. What do you mean, girl? Give me tea. Hey, Ashley Danae. Hey, Lubino. Black Butterfly said, I love your content, so insightful. Thank you. Hold on, I just got a DM on IG. Okay. Erin Nicole said, that's real. I tried, girl. Thoughts on first date kissing? Well, I'm a kissing girl. So I was the girl who needed to do that. So everyone's going to have their different comfort level. There are some girls that don't kiss until date 3 or 4. I was doing it before date 1 in the clubs. Girl, so I was that messy girl. But you've got to figure out what works for you. I have an exercise in my program where we go through, like, what is your love roadmap? What do you need to happen? What needs to happen for you to fall in love? And we go step by step, right? By date, we go through intimacy, so that might be an exercise for you to do as well. Petra B said, you are one of the best coaches on social media. Thank you, girl. I appreciate that. So many great coaches out here. And also there are a lot of not so great coaches. Yeah? Here's how you know if the coach is really good or not. Not only are they saying something, but they're giving you the explanation of the why. So, hey, you should do this, that, and this, and that. And here's why. Now, there are some coaches that are going to give you like the external version. Like, when you do this, this is what's going to happen. This is what the guy's going to do. And then there are also people that are going to give you the internal version. Not just what this guy's going to do, but what this means for you and your own self-development. You want to focus on the coaches that are giving you both the external and the internal feedback. That's one of the things I try to do. Especially if you're a black or brown woman, there are so many different layers here. And if they're not hitting all of them, the advice actually isn't going to give you as much clarity as you need. You'll be doing things and not understanding why you need to do them internally for yourself, not just for your results. There's a difference. Coco said, what type of Asian men should we be checking for? Good question. It really depends. Like, it's hard. I can't give you like one group, girl. It really is like on a case by case basis. Yeah. Mac Musley said, approaching men at a grocery store, the men seem to be shopping for their families. Well, girl, you gotta check the ring finger for sure. Yeah. We can always ask a guy to help you and see, if the conversation happens. Rejanut said, how do you read a Vietnamese American? His body language points to me. He always pushes me. If it's pointing to you, then he's interested. I know that for sure. Rejanut doll, thank you so much for the rose. Turd said, I need to see you two together, sprinkle. Oh, girl. I hear that every day. Jordan said that was some of that proprietary information. I give y'all a little bit on these lives, honey. Just a little. A smidge. Smudge. Obi said, you have to approach non-black men, unfortunately. They all tell me they were nervous and shy to approach. And you do. Stephanie said, what do you think about being pregnant and dating? I think that if you're in the second trimester, you should stop dating. Girl, what we're not going to be doing is going on a first date in the third trimester and you almost about to pop. And everywhere you go with the date, they congratulate both of you because y'all both having a baby. Jessica Tiara said, met up with a guy that I've been talking to. Well, number one, we don't talk to men, we're courted by them. The attraction was so high, we slept together. Now he's pulling away. Help. Girl, when we hook up with guys very early, they put you in a category. And now you are in the friends with benefits or jump off category. No shade. So this is why I recommend for everyone that I know, my clients, to not sleep with men until you're in an exclusive relationship. And I know that sounds so prudish, and I hope y'all know I am not a prude, but you get chemically bonded. What's happened here is you slept with him and your dopamine has actually chemically bonded to him. His vasopressin has decreased, so he actually doesn't feel as connected to you, so that's why he's away. Yeah? Don't sleep with these men, girl. You will turn them off. Short term, medium, and long term. McDreamy said, you said no doctors, but what about physical therapists? Yeah, try them, girl. All things, Steph. Are there professional men in Chicago to date that like black women? Yeah, I have a couple of women in Chicago that have gotten with professional black men. But I do think it's important because Chicago is actually more diverse than you think to be dating all guys. A lot of my clients in Chicago have actually had quite a bit of success on Coffee Meets Bagel, surprisingly. Monchel said, I'm stuck dating esteemed guys. Is it a numbers game or me? Can I say both? Meaning, like, you might be at the esteemed stage yourself. Without knowing you, there might be opportunities for you to get to this self-actualization mode or level 5. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, in my latest video, I talk about the different levels of men, and depending on who you are attracting, that is the level that you're at. Yeah? So I think it's both, right? It's a numbers game because literally there are only 15% of the guys out there are esteemed. 10% of the guys are actually self-actualized. So we have to figure that out. We have to find them, and it's going to take a while to find them. That's what I mean. Okay, let me see where am I? Y'all coming through with the comments. Thank y'all so much. And thank you so much for the 17,000 likes already. Y'all are killing the game, honey. Okay. One day said, I'm going to a tech conference next week. Any tips on attracting good quality men? Well, you just have to be a good quality woman, right? And talk to people. So many people go to conferences and then act brand new. Don't want to talk to anybody. Super quiet. Like, I need you, like, introducing yourself, right? Asking people for introductions, right? Being fun. You know, what's really interesting? One of the things that has helped me and so many of my clients is that oftentimes I ask them when they're in these sorts of environments to pretend like they have, like, that event is like their party that they are organizing in their own home. Do you know, if you've ever had people over, you give this certain confident host energy, which is like so important. And if you bring that to like outside events, you will be surprised who you attract. So that's what I want to offer to you. Kia Bonita says, why do white men stare and not speak? I can't read this guy at work at all. Because they don't think that you're into them. So they'll just purr from afar, girl, until you are completely obvious or give them the green light. Most black women are hyper-focused on black men, and everyone knows it. 95% of the marriages for black women are black men. Only 75% of black men's marriages are with black women. Catch that math. Patrick B said, how much is a consult? The consult is free, but you have to apply for it. I would say maybe 2/3 of applications are accepted. Not all of them are. HJ said, do you have experience with single moms? I do. I was actually just talking with one of my clients who is a single mom. She's a widow. Yesterday, she's about to get into an exclusive relationship in the next week or so. And we were navigating how to manage her children through this process. So I would say about 20-25% of my clients are single moms. Kimberly said, I will be booking my consultation. Awesome. I look forward to it. Yeah. I love the work that I do, and I love the consultations that I give and have, because we kind of get down. It's a deeper experience. It's not, if you come into this consultation, please, a lot of my clients will start crying because we get into it, honey. Like, I hope that we kiki here on the lives, honey, but like when we get to work, we get to work. Kwani, an ex-fiance in the middle of a separation, chemistry and soulmates, 2 children. Okay, I don't know what that means, girl. Let's put in a question so I can help. Ogo says, do you work with people that may have met their guy but want coaching on how to navigate dating? Yes, I do. Because guess what? Sometimes, well, it depends. Sometimes that guy might not be your guy. Sometimes he will be your guy, and we have to navigate the exclusivity part or understanding and realizing how to be in an exclusive relationship. For many of us who maybe don't have that experience, we're like, okay, I do it. I'm here. Now what? It's almost like when you've just graduated like college and you're like, okay, I did everything that I was supposed to do. What am I supposed to do now? There's still a lot of work that needs to be done. Most of my clients kind of, it's weird because we work to that point and then they realize, oh shit, like there's still so much work that needs to be done, and I'm much more triggered. Yeah. So Rochelle said, you made a comment about big women staying away from, I think it's married men. What I was saying was that a lot of married men will be attracted to you and want to be with you. So a lot of them will try to come on to you. And I said that we should not be going for them, even though they want you. Same with Jamaicans, enough said. Same with military, and same with bigger guys. Bigger guys, I think, or in my experience, project their fat phobia onto bigger women. And it doesn't become a safe space. Deandra, thank you so much for the rose. Lillian, thank you so much for the heart me. Thank you so much for the 2 roses, Deandra. Rochelle said, why specifically big women? Well, a lot of, because oftentimes in dating, sometimes bigger women might not have the confidence to date, and so they actually might not be putting themselves out there a lot. That a lot of married men are trying to prey on big women. So what they'll do is that they'll butter you up, right? They'll give you compliments, and they think that you're desperate. Now, you and I both know that you're not, but there are some women out there that don't have the confidence and will engage with these married men because they like the attention, because they're not getting a lot of attention. So that's generally what happens. Lillian, thank you so much for the rosa. Hey, Natasha said, hey, Amar. Hey, girl. Period said, do rich men like it when we compliment their expensive cars, watches, and outfits? I think really insecure rich men do. No, I think you said it right. Rich men like that. Wealthy men don't care. Wealthy men like compliments on their investments. These are all depreciating assets. Wealthy men don't care about that. Rich men care about that. You don't want to be with a rich man. You want to be with a wealthy man. Tara said, is them flying us in as good as them flying in to see us? No, it's not. They need to come to see you first. They have to do things based on your convenience. If you're going to see them, you're doing labor. It is your time, not theirs. You need to understand something. Time is more expensive than money. Yeah? Anyone can buy you a $300 flight. It doesn't matter, right? Are they actually going to take the time to come and see you? That's when you get to differentiate between if a man is interested in you or not. If he could get you a flight and then get you a car to pick you up and bring him right to you, girl, he doesn't have to get out of the bed. And he's expecting you to meet him right at the bed, girl, no shade. Now, if he flies to you, separates an entire, finds a hotel room to respect your boundaries and takes you out to where you're at, that's something else, and that's what we're looking for. Anika said, have you had any clients from Sacramento? Not recently. If so, how is it out there? Dry, just like the weather, but not impossible. Yeah. I am Fiona said, this man is a dating therapist. Thank you. Sweet Sparkle said, can you speak on how we measure a man by how much he spends on you? It's distorting expectations. Money doesn't mean anything. There are rich or wealthy men that will spend money on you because it doesn't mean anything to them. And they know that that'll just make you feel good so that he can do whatever he wants with you. A lot of wealthy men will try to financially control you, especially if you have money wounds, and this is especially true for Black and brown women. So I just want us to be aware of that, right? It doesn't mean anything. It really doesn't. I wish it did. So many women don't have a dating strategy, so the way that they would evaluate men is, okay, he spends money on me, so that means that he's ready for a relationship. There's no correlation there. I hope that you're hearing me. Yeah? What matters more is, does he feel stable, secure, and happy with whatever he's doing in his career? There are investment bankers that hate their life but have a shit ton of money and snort coke every night and go to strip clubs because they just feel empty inside and will be able to spend a ton of money on you. How do I know this? I went to business school with all of them. So, doesn't mean anything. Again, time is more expensive than money. Saderica said, if he doesn't initiate a text, does it mean he's not interested? Pretty much. Angelica said, hi. Is saying I like your voice and you talk well a microaggression? He's outside of my race. The you talk well part, I think so. The I like your voice, not so much. Amanda said, do you take yellow clients? What do you mean, like big birds? I take all clients of color. I actually take white clients too, but my white clients need to understand, and I clarify with them that like this work and the coaching will be centered on the experience of women of color, specifically Black women. So if they're fine with that, great. But you know what's so interesting for my smart and successful Black and brown women and Asian women, because I have some Asian clients actually, much more similar than you would think. Similar experience, different tone. Connect to Jesus said, I have not had a real date in more than 30 years. As a Christian, it's hard. Well, girl, with a name like Connect to Jesus, girl, we need to be connecting with Javante. We need to be connecting with these men, honey. Yeah? Why is your Christianity making it hard for you to date? Because if you're sitting out of the game for 30 years, or not setting proper boundaries so that you're not going on a proper date, this is more of a knowledge gap of how to date, right? I actually did a video about kind of the 8 challenges that Christian women face as they are dating. So it requires a bit of healing, but it's not impossible. Yeah? Sometimes we're scared. And sometimes what's required to be successful in dating means that we actually have to challenge some of the programming that has been given to us, especially through the church, unfortunately. Hola, Tabitha. So let's see what's going on. Embrace Kema said, how do I redirect a man from texting me so much after I gave availability for a date? Just when he's texting you, just let him know, oh my God, I'm so busy today, but I'm so looking forward to our date on Saturday. Linda Tolliver said, your #1 fan from Vegas. I'm sending every young woman I know your way. You are a national treasure. Thank you, girl. Sherry Denise said, hey, Anwar, what's a good way to let him know you're interested? He's white. Girl, talk to him. That's all you have to do. But make sure he's interested in you. Girl, the worst of the worst is getting denied by a white man, because those men, girl, most of them are mediocre, no shade. Lulu said, I have a fiance, but I have doubts. What are the doubts, girl? Sam said, why do they stare so much but not say anything? Oh, I answered this already, girl. Girl, everybody's asking why do they stare so much and not speak. Girl, I answered this. Tamar said, we've been talking and texting for 2 weeks and he hasn't asked me on a proper date yet. Drop him. He's not serious. Rezi said, how do I talk over the phone with the date? What do you mean, girl? Latrice said, you set the bar for the dating coaches on social media, and why you are just on a different level. Thank you, girl. I try my best. I don't really follow a lot of dating coaches. Because they're not really talking about nothing. I mean, cute sound bites, girl, but are we healing? Oftentimes we're not. Oftentimes we're saying things for likes. Girl, you know what I could do too? I could look up all these really cute quotations and, you know, spit them out on videos. Some of them are doing that. Miss Stella Lala said, what about the girlies who are doctors? Who should we go for? I have a couple of doctors in my program now. They're talking to a lot of guys in tech. Trying to think. Entrepreneurs. I didn't say no doctors. I said surgeons. Yeah? I think I said, or I meant surgeons if I didn't say it. Mary, thank you so much for the heart me. On, girl, I don't know how to pronounce this name, girl. On the Tile. What are your thoughts on age gaps? I think plus 10 years minus 5 years is great. Chim said, been dating a guy for 4 weeks and he's recently divorced. Any suggestions? What does recently divorced mean? Because if it is anything less than 6 months, he's probably not ready. And like 80% probability you a rebound, girl. And I don't want that for you. Sarah said, advice for women in their younger 20s dating 30 and 40-year-olds. Respectfully, let's not and say we did. Yeah? Girl, a man in his 40s dating a woman in her younger 20s, this is a control factor. Please understand this. Yeah? And for younger women that are dating older men, for me, what I always look to is, okay, so where was dad? Physically, emotionally absent? This is important as we do this healing work. Because so many times if we haven't been taught life skills, we will look toward a mentor, someone older, to help us with that. Yeah. Sunny Burst said, my coworker started hitting heavily on me and I engaged. After our text got spicy, he pulled back. Got it. Okay. I'm going to just focus on the questions, yeah? Reddy said, how long do I talk with a person who's courting me on the phone? What do you mean on the phone? Like how many minutes or at what time period? Let me know. Full Lakes, thank you so much for the rose. Jadal said, I got asked on a date for this Saturday, but he's asking to meet after 9 p.m. What do you think? I think it's a no, ma'am, Pam. So you set the boundary. I'd prefer to meet before 9 p.m. And if he can't respect that, he's out. City Gal, thanks so much for the finger heart, girl. I appreciate you. Is a park first date okay? Yeah, definitely. I want us to focus on date 2 and 3 to see how he's going to woo you after he's made the determination that there's some chemistry and connection there after the first date. Turd said, can I get the lowdown on wealthy versus rich? I'm going to do a video on that because I think it's a really great topic. CVW XOXO said, yes, I've always said getting flued out is not a flex. It really is not. Girl, when I hear that, I already know that you are getting played. And you are nothing. He's treating you like a FedEx box. Trisha said, do you coach women who date women? I sure do. I coach all women, girl. Kay Cherie said, Anwar, you're looking good. Girl, stop flirting with me. Stop it. You know I'm married, a suburban mother of 3, and I will not leave my family for you. Please believe. Makata said, now I want to cancel flying to see this man. Do it. I don't know. I'm not feeling very comfortable flying over to see you just about now. I would actually prefer if you came to see me and see what he does. Tara said, wow, your words are gems. Thank you, girl. TLC for me said, your teeth are so white. Thank my dentist, girl. Lauren said, do you think women should shoot their shot? I think that they should open the space when there is a man that's interested in them and that they're interested in the man. Trisha said, your talking voice is so soothing, I could listen to you for hours. I know, girl, people keep on saying this. I have to do an ASMR channel, honey. Get some of those ASMR coins, sweetie. And I think you need to date guys that are emotionally available. Yeah, so for those, thank you so much for the 32,000 likes already, ladies. So amazing. If you're interested in doing this work on like a deeper level and a more personalized level, definitely book a consultation call. The link is in my bio for that, and we'll figure out if it's a good fit or not. Asuka Morena said, just know we are all here because we are not being loved the way that we deserve. And I know that. And that's why I'm here. And that's why I do the work that I do, specifically for Black and brown women. But it's mostly for Black women. I mean, 90% of my clients are Black women. Yeah. And I think it's a travesty. Kay Cherie said, sorry, at 51 next month, why is my age group hoes still want to play? How younger should I go? Well, if you're a young 50 girl, go to 40. Go to from 40 to 60 girl. Brandy said, gave a guy I met at work my number and said we should get coffee. How long do I wait before I give up? Girl, if he hasn't reached out within 48 hours, he's not into it. Cynthia said, first time on your channel, it definitely wasn't by mistake. Yes, honey. God is trying to tell you something. Lillian said, brown equals Hispanic. Yes, girl. City Gal, thank you so much for the rose. The Divine said, chopped in Jesus' name. Sherry said, you're too funny. Thank you, girl. The Angel said, I'm going outside in January. I'll have it together by then. Girl, go out now. Why you gotta wait till January? Reginette Doll, thank you so much for the rose. Elevated Vibe said, I was into an alpha man, but I found him emotionally unappealing. How do you find a man with balance? By being a woman with balance. So many women, especially women of color, are actually in their masculine energy based on the way that they were raised and based on how society treats them, no shade. So they have to be in their masculine. And so often what happens is that they will be in their masculine energy in their love life. And what that means is that they will either attract hyper feminized men or hyper masculine men to make them and force them to feel feminine. And girl, that's not a recipe for success. So many of us will be hyper focused on alpha men. So what I try to do in my program is help to kind of recalibrate those energies so that they're both in kind of healthy levels. So it's really about doing that work because that's the thing. Like, you're probably in your masculine energy, so the alpha guys that you're attracting are actually hyper masculine or toxic masculine, and that's scary. Kelly Steeler girl, thank you so much for the 13 roses. Tara said, brown girl, here you are, universe sent. Thank you, girl. Rijanutal, thank you so much for the 5 roses. Quell, do you have any clients in the UK? Yeah, I have clients all around the world. I have clients in Spain, South Africa, the UK, Singapore, Korea, Dubai, Mexico, Canada. Rijanutal, thank you so much for the 3, 4, 5 fires I'm seeing here. Hello, period, from Australia. Kelsey said, second day he asked me to go running, like go for a run on the coastal trail in the sauna. Yes to the running, no to the sauna. Julia, what should I wear to the farmer's market? Whatever you were going to wear, what you usually wear. Alex D. Mitchell said, best place to meet men in Houston. Austin and San Antonio. That's the best place to meet men while you're living in Houston. Elaine said, Anwar, LOL, where do we find the tall, lanky gamers that use 3D printers to make their own figurines? Girl, go to GameStop, go to the Renaissance Fair, Comic-Con, Twitch, Discord, Reddit. Yeah, do that. Someone said Best Buy. I know that's right. Genius Bar, honey. It's Carlene said, if a guy likes you but is too shy to say anything, girl, if it's your guy, nothing will stop him. I don't believe in the too shy. That doesn't work for me. Yeah. Sarah said, just asking for a professional opinion. Oh, that's what I was giving. If I offended you, not my intention. But I think it's important to understand kind of the dynamics of an older man that is at probably a different stage in his life, both from a financial position and what I've seen in my experience. Yeah? Especially as sometimes they will try to groom younger girls. Callie Steeler girl, thank you so much for the 7 roses. Thoughtfully me, thank you so much for the rose. 1, 2, 3, yep, it's me. What should dates 2 and 3 look like? So one of the things that I do in my program is that I have what I call the Get Your Guy dating process, and we go date by date all the way up to exclusivity, what each date should be like and why, as it aligns with moving forward with the connection and the male psyche. Yeah? So dates 2 and 3, I like activity dates and dinner dates. Kristen, thank you so much for the 4 roses. Amore said, Anwar, good to see you, girl. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. Abundant Andrea said, how do you feel about coffee or drinks as a first date? I love that and recommend it. Yeah. Jazz said, what's the age range for an 18-year-old woman to date? The age range is freshman to junior. Boo Boo, thank you so much for the finger hearts, the 2 finger hearts. Thoughtfully made, thank you so much for the 2 roses. Tara said, your hubby is the luckiest man. Well, he says that often to me, girl, and I pay it no mind, girl. I appreciate it. Here's the thing. Lord knows I'm not perfect. The funny thing is that the more and more I do this coaching work, I actually, while I am helping to heal these women, I'm also helping myself and healing parts of myself as well as we start to have these conversations. And so, this work is multi-purpose. Like, for example, as I talk about some of the inner child wounds that happen for them, it also helps me become the best parent that I can be. So I know, like, oh, when I say or do this, this is the effect that it has on especially the two daughters that I have. Yeah. Sierra said, no, sir, you need an audiobook. Thank you, girl. Veronique said, I just got back from a date and have questions. Girl, answer them, honey. Oh my God, y'all talking about my voice is the total freak out. Stop it. It's weird. Elaine, thank you so much for the heart me. Anika, thank you so much for the falling for you. Girl, I've never seen that before. It's very romantic. See, okay, do you see when I do that? This is where I'm showing men like the nape of my neck. They like that girl. They're animals. They're like lions, girl. They want to. So when you're giving a guy a compliment, if you do that naturally, girl, it's like, girl, they're putty in your hands. 123, yep, it's me. What do you look for with clients you choose? I'm looking for women that are coachable, that are open-minded and are open to doing new and different things because you're gonna have to do different things for a different result. I'm looking for women that are resourceful, that will make it happen, and that are action-oriented, right? Because guess what? One week I'll be like, girl, you need to set a boundary with somebody this week. Who, when, and how. And we talk through that and we make it happen. So that's what I'm looking for. I hope y'all can tell I'm about my results. That's why 85 to 90% of my clients will get their guy in my VIP program. So I want women that I can help and that want to be helped. For the women that like want to go back and forth with me and fight with me and, tell me how wrong I am about each and everything, they're not going to get the transformation. Because we're going to be so busy going back and forth with each other that like half the program is just going to be that instead of the transformational work that needs to happen. Brainless Gal said, are you a therapist? Not a therapist. Dating coach. Not certified as a therapist. Want to make that very clear. Although the work that I do is very great with a therapist. I would say about a third of my clients do have a therapist. But we do go, like generally coaches focus on the present and the future. I do go into the past because it's very important to understand what your bonding patterns are so that you can do this dating thing differently. So I dabble in that, not certified though, just have a ton of experience. Women's Mind Coach 45 plus. Good evening. Good evening, girl. Connected you said thank you for sharing your thoughts. You're welcome, girl. We're doing a kiki, but I hope that it was helpful for you. Okay, Sherry said thank you. You're truly a gift. Thank you. Zena Riley said, been talking to a professional athlete, but I slid in his DMs first. He is slow to respond. Real truth, girl. You win the long list. And if he's not responding quickly, it means you're second or third tier, girl. I wouldn't be hyper focusing on this. Trisha said, where and how can I best attract and date older lesbians? I always attract younger. I am 38 years old. Femme. Yes, femme. I'm femme too, girl. So, one of the things that I think is really an interesting place to meet other kind of same sex individuals that are same gender loving is like city sports leagues and or volunteering. So I don't know what city you're in, but there are a ton of different organizations and sport leagues, and I would just do one of those. People that are doing such things are generally have their life together, have their health together, meaning like they prioritize it, have like the time management skills, and are always about kind of leveling up, right? So that's what I would say. Aden said, "Is it a good idea to slide in a man's DMs?" I think that there you can work your way up to that, right? So if let's say there was a guy that I was really into, this is how I would do it. So let me see. Hold on. Um, oops, hold on one second. So many emails, so little time. So I would like his post for a couple of days, 2 days, and then I would comment on his post for 2 days, and then I would comment on a story, and then because that comment to the story will actually go into the DM to start the conversation. Dominique, thank you so much for the rose. Ms. Deb said, I listened to your podcast yesterday about dating white men. I'm looking for my Prince Harry now. Get it, girl. Listen to my podcast. It's called the Get Your Guy Coaching Podcast. The episodes are fun, informative, and yeah, I put my heart and soul into it. Letitia said, how to deal with being a high achiever, being courted by an amazing guy that earns significantly less. Um, Depends how much he makes and how much you make. Because I always tell people like it's really important, and also what energy you're going to be in. So if you choose to stay in your masculine energy, then it doesn't matter how much he makes. If you want to be in your feminine energy in this role, in this relationship, dating relationship, it's important to have him make 80% of what you make. Now, if you make more than $250,000, then that percentage goes down. Boo Boo said, 127 said, late bloomer advice. Can you be more specific? Liz Marie said, just left a 6-year relationship 3 weeks ago. Congratulations, girl. But after a little time, I'll definitely book a consultation. Girl, take your time. Don't rush. Caitlin said, I live in Austin. The pics aren't good here. So if you live in Austin, Houston, or San Antonio, I'm going to give you some tea that I usually don't give the public. What I do for my clients is every 2 weeks I tell them to go to a different city because y'all are like an hour and a half from each other. So, if you're in Houston, we start in Houston for 2 weeks, and then I'm going to go to Austin for 2 weeks, and then San Antonio, and then, girl, I call it the triangle of love. Love Trinity, girl. And you do that so you're always the new girl on campus. Yeah? That's how you work that area. Ken Cole said, what are blue collar like in dating? Pretty good. Want to serve. I don't care if you're dating blue collar. I don't care if you're dating white collar. As long as you're dating a collar. If the guy has no collar, girl, you shouldn't be dating him. Monique said, who is checking for the moms? Probably the kids. No, here's the thing. Men that are really serious about this and men that are family oriented, That's actually like having a child is great. Yeah. I want you to think of having children as a great way to suss out the men that are serious versus not. Nefertari said, "Do you coach queer folks?" Sure do. I I coach all women. Trisha Dotson, thank you so much for the rose. Boo Boo 127, thank you so much for the rose. Black Asian chick, how many chances is too many to try to make things work? 2. Danielle Johnson, thank you so much for the rose. Gab said, how to deal with the judgment when dating interracially. Well, I think when I hear this, I always ask myself, are there specific people that you are afraid of when it comes to judgment? Are you just thinking like everyone in the world is going to be judging you? We have to make that determination first and foremost. Nifatari said, do you have any clients who are seeking women, non-binary folks, trans men? I do have clients that are seeking women and non-binary folk. Regina, thank you so much for the rose. Nisa Cooley, thank you so much for the rose. Lillian, thank you so much for the pumpkin spice latte. Lynn said, love your page videos. Thank you, girl. I appreciate that. Lillian, thank you so much for the whipped coffee. Just that your last podcast was my favorite. I have so many redhead besties and we laughed. I love it. Virginia, thank you so much for the 10 pumpkin spice lattes on my OMG. Lillian said, Lillian, thank you so much for the bubble tea. Trisha said, you are hilarious. Thank you, girl. Venro, thank you so much for the rose. User551 said, crazy to spend 4 days with a new guy leaving the country next week. Not if you don't have any expectations. There was one time where this man was in California. I met him in San Francisco, and I was in San Francisco that weekend, and then I invited him down to LA, and we had a whirlwind romance for that weekend, and we let it be what it was. And he was not from the US. As long as you have boundaries and you're managing your expectations, why not? Brenda, thank you so much for the rose. Venro, thank you so much for the rose. City Gal, thank you so much for the 8 roses. Mother Goddess, you got a white man? No, he has me. 1, 2, 3. What was the biggest realization you've had doing this work? That realization for me or for my clients? What do you mean? Bev says, sounds like a labor of love. It really is. Kylan said, how late are we staying up? Girl, I don't know. Till this Laker game goes off. Maybe another 10 minutes. And then I gotta get my beauty sleep. Period says, why do most coaches say coffee and drink dates are low effort and we should avoid them? Because many of these coaches have similar money wounds and haven't necessarily healed them, and that's part of their strategy to evaluate. I have my own proprietary strategy that I teach my clients that have already evaluated whether men are a relationship material or not before the first date. So we do things differently in my program. In my program, we evaluate boyfriend skills first, and then we figure out if it's a match second. Most people date the opposite. They're trying to figure out if it's a match first, and then figure out if they have the boyfriend skills afterward. And then y'all get butt hurt 2 to 3 months down the line because you realize, oh, this guy's an asshole, and he's emotionally unavailable. co-moderator said, you get to tell men what to do. Anwarism. Yes, ma'am. Thank you all so much for the 56,000 likes. How generous are we, honey? Thank you. I appreciate that. Tiff, thank you so much for the rose. Nada said, should I be upfront that I want a relationship on the first date? I think we should say we want connections first, and then if a relationship comes out of that, great. Kylan said, how do you stop hyper-focusing on one person? By talking to and dating multiple people. One person should only have at most 50% of your dating time. And if he is taking over more, then you need more people in your love portfolio. Elise Baby said, hi, Amor, I love your lives and your advice. Thank you, girl. Meg Muesli said, I have a TV show concept. You help Lolo Jones find a man. You mean Lolo Jones or Leslie Jones? I actually got an email yesterday from a production company in London that is doing a dating show for Black women, and they want me, I guess they're interested in me doing it. So we'll see what comes of it. Kariana said, I bet getting coached through dating has similar benefits as having a therapist. Yeah. The interesting thing about dating, I mean, some people call me a life coach too, is because how you do one thing is how you do everything. And dating is something that, like, is very intimate, so it brings up all your ish. Yeah? And if anyone is interested in doing this deeper work, definitely book a consultation call so that we can really help you level up in your love life. Okay, that basketball game's not doing anything. Mia said, where can I listen? To the podcast, you can go to Apple, Stitcher, iHeart, Spotify. It's everywhere. Falana said, love the podcast and newsletter. Thank you, girl. I appreciate it. Amora said, yes, I love your podcast. Thank you, Amora. You're so welcome. Chelsea said, just subscribed. God, where is... Girl, where... Girl... Okay, let me see where y'all are at. Trisha says she's running to listen. Good girl. Love it. Trisha, thank you so much for the rose. User 501 said Dallas. Girl. Stuck in Dallas, girl. Although I've had a woman in the last month get her guy in Dallas. Dick Sanchez, how do you feel about co-workers dating? I'm not a huge fan of it, and it's really just for their reputation, protecting your reputation, because oftentimes women's reputations get ruined or affected more harshly because of it. Nishia said, I'm in the airport a lot. Do you recommend airport lounges? Sure do, girl. I'm always in that Amex lounge, and all I see is men, 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 everywhere. The men are menning up in there. So you better be in that airport lounge. Nicole, thank you so much for the rose. 2 roses. Alex said, Amber, you're so funny, relatable, candid, and honest. Thank you. You're welcome, girl. Nicole, thank you so much for the 12 roses. Tiza said, no music tonight? No, girl, I just do that on Sundays. Nicole, thank you so much for the 58 roses. It's very generous of you. Thank you. Chocolate Goddess said, geesh, I've given more than 2 chances. If you've given a man more than 2 chances, this means that we have boundary work to do. Yeah? Wookie Wookie said, why are you ignoring me? I'm not ignoring people, but one, I answer the questions I want to answer, and if I've already answered them, I don't really repeat myself. YV said, I'm ready to date a white man. Do it, girl. Do it. Angelique said, Anwar, could you please share the 7 things guys have to do before they get to date you in real life? That is something that I teach my clients how to do and how to evaluate. And if you're interested in learning about that, you can go into one of my programs, but I also explain that in my dating strategy starter course. Okay? That's proprietary information. User 551 said, I love swiping while listening to you share your wisdom, feeling empowered. Yes, girl, as you should. Nay said, Anwar, I love you, but when is the book coming out? Girl, don't call me out. Don't call me out. I was just telling my friend, I'm scared. I want this book to be so good that it's paralyzed me and I haven't been able to do it. So I'm going through my own mental journey around this. I actually just downloaded a book that is apparently helping writers who are stuck. So I downloaded that book on Audible tonight. So I'm working my way through it. Let me see what's going on. Let me see what's going on. Oh my god, I think I'm almost caught up. Trisha said you're very authentic. Thank you, girl. I appreciate that. Hold on, let me see. Everyone's giving red flags to Zelina, but I haven't seen her post. Now I'm interested in why everyone is giving red flags to Zelina, girl. Zelina, what is the tea? Couldn't find it. Thank you all for the best wishes for the potential show. I literally have meetings with production companies every month because there's always some Netflix show, some MTV show. Kayla Lala said, I'm ready for the consult. I went under the table and this year is ending. Girl, book the consultation. The link is in my bio. YV said, you are so fabulous. Your aura is everything. Thank you. Kylan said, come on, Scan. Thank you. Ivy said, shout out to Anwar for giving us the tea. Yay. You're welcome, girl. No pare. Thank you so much for the confetti. Thank you all for the motivational words. Don't be scared. We have faith in you. Get a ghostwriter. A ghostwriter can't do what I do. Unfortunately. I wish. Chloe said your content has helped me. Awesome. Trisha said take your time, get out of your head. I'm gonna try, girl. I'm gonna try. Nicole, thank you so much for the 10 roses. Azalea said I met a guy on Bumble. He mentioned I should text good morning first. Is that concerning? No, just let him know. Oh, that makes me uncomfortable. I'm really old school. I prefer when men reach out to me and see what he does. Angelique said, I feel like I'm 2.5 on Maslow's hierarchy. Advice. Girl, we got to do that work. We got to do that work. Kendra, thank you so much for the 3 roses. Sweet Sour MG said your content is so affirming. Thank you. Michelle Daly said, just wanted to let you know I did finally end the situationship. I feel so much lighter. Thank you. You're so welcome. Mac Muesli said, is it the artist way? No, but I downloaded that 2 months ago. I think I need to finish that too. Awesome. So I am caught up, ladies, and thank you all so much for the 69,000 likes. How amazing is that? Yeah. Reginute said, I'm scared to get rejected for a consult. Well, here's the thing. If you're ready to do this work, if you are ready to invest in this, and like the questions are, do you want to work with a dating coach? Are you interested in a specific program? Are you ready to do this work now or this month? If the answers are yes to that, you won't get rejected. But if you want to not invest, if you want to do this work 9 months from now, then we're not going to take on that consult. Yeah. Tish said, you skipped me. Can you put your question in here real quick, girl? I might have answered it already. Maya said, Anwar, were you still going to do the live dating app demonstration? Yes. I think I said I was going to do it right after Halloween. Mary, thank you so much for the balloons, girl. Tish said, what's your take on a guy who says he doesn't need therapy but brings up past partners often? Most guys are going to say that they don't need therapy, but you have to understand that guys get therapy in their own way. Like they talk to other men and they talk to them at the barbershop while they're playing basketball, right? So they get their own therapy in their own way. You just need to understand and you need to make sure that you're not becoming his counselor or emotional support dog, no shade, right? So if he's bringing up things and kind of dumping on you, you just need to let him know. Thank you for sharing that, but it seems like maybe you should be sharing this with a professional. You need to set that boundary. Yeah. Good. If you found this session helpful and you're interested in doing this work more personally and more intensely, please book that consultation call, girl, so we can get you all the way together, honey, all the way right. All right. Awesome. All right. Be well, ladies. I'll talk with you later. I'll see you on Sunday. Bye now.